Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin Grant and I'm passionate about climate change. Welcome to the fourth episode in my new series, Sustainable Living. In this episode, I want to talk about receipts. I'm going to split this episode into two parts, one for the consumer and two for the business person. So first of all, for the consumer. You're doing your grocery shop, you're buying Christmas presents, or you're going to a cafe with your friends. You're always going to be asked whether you want a receipt or not at the till. And if it's for a refund or you just need the receipt for some other reason, that is completely fine. The purpose of this video is to be able to reduce the amount of waste that we're creating by getting these receipts. So if you're going up to the till and you're being asked if you need one, take it if you need it, but if you don't, think about it for a second and maybe leave it. Another thing we can ask ourselves when we're getting receipts is that sometimes it's because we're afraid of being overcharged or we're not sure what we're actually buying and we want to keep a record of it. If you want, you can ask the person at the till what price they've been charged for something instead of printing out the entire receipt. Maybe you still want the receipt at the end of the day, but it's just an idea to keep in mind. I know from working in a shop that a lot of people ask the receipt, they have a look at it and then they chuck it away. I would have much preferred told them if I accidentally overcharged them or not, which you shouldn't do. We are not promoting overcharging items here. I'm just saying that's sometimes why people want receipts. So I'd much rather tell them what's on the receipt or check. That sounds dodgy, but we're trying to reduce waste here. Second, for the business person. There's been a lot of advances in technology to be able to reduce waste, and one of them is having the electronic receipt. So, at a lot of restaurants and shops at the moment, they're introducing ways to give you a receipt electronically. And this is really, really good. And I want to see this in almost every shop in Ireland in a few years, or a few months, or as quick as we can get them in, really. So at the end of your shop or restaurant or whatever you're doing, you get the option to get a receipt or not, or you get the option to print it out physically or get it sent to an email. In this way, you get a printed receipt, so you have evidence of what was on it, recorded onto your phone or laptop, instead of having it physically with you. And in this way, it's almost better because you won't lose it. So if you're a business person, you own a restaurant or a grocery store, I want to send a message out to you to get this method implemented because it's saving waste on receipts. So thank you for doing that. Thank you so much for watching this episode. The things that I want to take from this episode are thinking before you take your receipt and being able to implement new ways of technology to reduce the amount of waste we have for receipts. See you in the next episode.